What's going on, Tamers? Welcome back to another TBL Snapshot. Today, we're going over our Season 2 Championship Showdown, okay? As you can see on the screen, 16 players, 15 different decks. I love that type of diversity. And we've got some usual suspects here in our top 4. If you watched the previous video, you will see that Tessero has gone back-to-back with the dubs. And shout out to Tessero for being Season 2 champion. I'm sure he'll get hooked up with some nice swag through DGU. Also shout out to the boys Gino and Panzer for keeping the dream alive. I can't wait to look into this armors list. And Gino always playing blue. He's a blue guy like me. So us blue people. Actually, he's been playing a lot of green lately, so I have to have a conversation with Gino. But yeah, I mean, the culmination of all the snapshots that we've done so far, and I know this is kind of a little bit more new. We kind of did start towards the middle of the season, but I've had a lot of fun making these videos, and I can't wait to get a full season under my belt at the start of Season 3, because I really enjoy doing these. So I hope you guys enjoy them as well. Let me know in the comments down below if there's anything that you'd like me to change for Season 3. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe we could change some stuff up. I would love to pick the brain of the actual players who build these decks and pilot them to success. Maybe we can work on something like that. So if you're interested, let me know. But without further ado, let's get into our championship top 4. In 4th place, shout out to the boy Gino, newest member of DGU, we have Mirage Galgamon. Now, unlike the previous Galgamon list that we went over, Gino does enjoy the BT11 Searcher. I mean, it's still a Galmon. It's still on Archetype. I really don't like the fact that it trashes cards. I don't know if that was a mistake or if that was intentional, but I just don't like that it trashes whatever you don't add. So if you search top 3 and you only have one piece, you're losing 2 cards. And those 2 cards could be detrimental. Like, it really makes you think on what you want to add. It's like a search with consequence, and I don't like that. Again, we already know how I feel about the 5-egg situation. I think this should be 3-1, but again, I don't argue with results, just my 2 cents. I would go 3 and 1. This card is amazing. Betamon is so good with just the fact that it just gives you jamming, right? I mean, Bukamon was that problem before, just having jamming on big stacks with nothing on board on your opponent's side. But Betamon just giving you jamming is disgusting. So yeah, I mean, this card is a blue staple in my opinion. 11 rookies is a little this is where my anxiety starts to kick in, because I'm a 12 10 8 6 guy, and this looks to be like 11 9 7 5. Did I just do all that math without any hitches? Wow, I think I'm a genius. Anyway, the argument is that there's a lot of search now with the training cards. Yes, it has added search, it has added consistency, but still, I'm of the opinion that I'd rather draw something and search for something else than have to search for my starter. So, again, it's all preference. I am a very superstitious human being. I grew up an athlete, so athletes are some of the most superstitious people on the planet, and I was a baseball player for a very long time. Baseball players are the most superstitious athletes on the planet. So, for me, like, if I feel like the ratios are off and I just start snowballing with that bad juju, I'm gonna get in my head about it and I'm gonna go ahead and make a change. So if it works for you, it works for you. That's what I'm trying to say. I like the Kumamon tech. It's really nice digivolving over a hybrid, a tamer for a hybrid, and being able to strip a source, making your Zudomons just much more alive, because you can remove a whole stack with this chain here. It's kind of like how Armors has the advantage of playing the new Magnamon from Starter 17, because you're getting rid of 1 or 2 sources. If it's multicolor, obviously you're going to go 2, and it just makes your Zudomons much more alive. Like, if you're going up against a Mega, you go Magna into Zudo, you're killing that whole stack. Because you're going to go, Magna's going to strip 2, Zudo's going to strip 2, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, you know, or that's 2, 3, 4, 5 is what I should say, because one is the egg. So it's levels 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you're stripping the 4 sources, and then you have a Mega with no sources that's going to get bounced. So you just literally killed an entire stack. It's really nice. Kumamon does it, but it's only killing 1 source on the Evo. So you're doing kind of like Magnamon starter Magnamon Light, but it's still really good. Getting rid of 3 sources and just leaving an ultimate underneath a Mega, it's still really good because a lot of rookie and champion inheritables are detrimental to your strategy. Yeah, I mean, this is a solid. Galgamon is just. I hate this card. Ugh, I hate this card with a passion. This is such a trap. Ice Wall is such a trap card in my opinion. Yeah, you know what? I want it to be in security 9 times out of 10. I don't really care for this when attacking Lucid Memory on the opponent. There's so many ways to play around it, and there's so much memory gain right now. I feel like this card is just not as good. I don't even play it. Maybe that's why I am a bad player, but I just don't like that card. Yeah, this is solid. Shout out to Gino for being consistent and playing, you know, props to Gino. I do apologize for the long pause, but I was just trying to collect my thoughts, and props to Gino. Congrats on your top 4. So here is Panzer's Magna Armor list. And I guess this is just what we're calling it now. We're just calling it Magna Armors. We're not calling it Armor Rush anymore, I guess. I guess it's 2 different decks. I kind of am saddened by the fact that Flame Dramon and Leviamon or Dramon don't see play anymore. But once that promo Flame Dramon comes out, that card's really good. So I guess Magna Armors is just what we're going to have to deal with. Again, you play 5 eggs here because of Ukamon. So I've been playing a lot of this. Varney has been playing a lot of this. He did really well with his deck at the regionals too. Yeah, I mean, this is good. I mean, I feel like this is a one-of until BT16. I feel like you got to play 3 of this card because even in security, it's a bomb. And playing it for 7 with what it does is disgusting. If you hit an overflow, you're going to play it for cheaper. So the Vmon package for me, I don't like the jamming Vmon. I feel like the way this deck is kind of like leaning towards it being played, I guess as properly as you can play it, is Vmons with on plays. Davis is just such a good card, being able to on play for 3 and play a Vmon for free. So you're getting 6 memory. You're getting 6 memory for committing 3, and it's just really efficient. And I feel like if you don't have your searcher, it kind of there's only 6 on play Vmons in this deck. Just so that we're aware here. If you don't have your on play Vmons, it kind of maybe will discourage you a little bit from playing this, even though it might be the optimal play just to establish your Tamer. Because the longer Davis stays on the board and the multiple Davises that you get, they do stack their effects and they accrue value as the game progresses. So for me, I'm all about efficiency and like just getting as much bang for my buck as I possibly can. So I play all of the on-play Vmons. Well, I shouldn't say that. I play more of the on-play Vmons. So 4 BT12, and I play 4 of this one. Now, right now, in BT15 meta, you could swap starter Vmon with BT8 Vmon because they essentially do the same thing. There are pros and cons to both. Starter Vmon physically searches more targets. So because he searches a free target, you're going to hit a lot more through the deck because Ukamon has free trait, so you'll be able to search your Ukamons, which is crazy. BT8 Vmon has less physical targets, but in a way, it's really good because your top end revolves around Magnamon X Antibody. So as we're looking at this list here, you do see the one Merciful mode. You have to Digivolve Merciful mode over a level 6 because you're not playing Omnimons, right? So you have to have a Magna on board. So to facilitate your top end, you need to make sure you have this card, or otherwise, if this is in your hand, it's a dead card. So in a way, BT8 Vmon still has value because he's the only card right now that searches Magnamon X Antibody because he doesn't have the rule of having free trait like the new one does. So when the new one comes out, because it's a tricolor Digimon, BT8 Vmon won't even be able to sniff it. That's when you obviously are going to max out on your starter Vmons because you're going to be able to search anything with a free trait. And that's going to immediately take 4 of these slots up. So virtually and physically, this is going to end up searching more targets. But for me personally, I prefer playing 4 of this Vmon because it searches my Uko. Ukamon is such an important card in this deck because it's all gas and it just gets you going, and it puts the opponent in the uncomfortable position of having to deal with the security or having to deal with the board. If you give armors a turn to establish and then they just snowball, they're going to win in 2 or 3 turns. But if you can answer their board and they have to rebuild it, that's where you run out of steam because there's really no late game here. This is all just quick. Smash, smash. I mean, this definitely has added a lot of power to the deck, just being a really good card out of security or out of hand. So, yeah, I mean, the way you beat armors is you push for your mid to late, and you answer their board. Like, I wouldn't start checking security until you know you're really ahead, and you just deal with the board. Deal with the board, suspend what you can, kill what you can. Even if they block you, they're going to armor purge down into a smaller target. DP reduction kills this deck. Bouncing kills this deck. Any type of deletion effects in battle, they're going to get around it because of armor purge. So they're not being deleted in battle. They're being deleted by armor purge. So stuff like piercing is not going to trigger. It's just good. I really do like armors. I'm glad that they're getting love in BT16, even though people are essentially crying about Magna X secret rare, but that's not a conversation for this episode here. But yeah, this is solid. I still play, the 12 Magnas. I go 4 on this guy just to have. I love the Louis a Digimon Emperor combo. Louis is essentially hybrid for game in this deck. As long as you have a Digimon and raising, you just Louis for game. He's essentially never going to cost you more than putting your turn over. So you play him for 3, but he gains you 1, so you're playing for 2. It's the same equivalent as a hybrid. I just really like the card. But again, because it's a tamer and it's an ongoing card on the field, it's going to accrue you value as the game progresses. So that's really nice too. Now, X Program. This card's super interesting to me. So basically, you play it for 8. You ignore the color requirements if you have Death X or a Digimon with Dex in its name. But you do have white Tamers and you do have Ukamon, so you'll be able to meet the color requirements. So that's not the issue. So main, delete 1 Digimon with X antibody in its traits. That's the cost. So you have to delete one of your Digimon. Delete one Digimon without X antibody in its traits, whether it's yours or your opponent's. So that's the cost, right? And then if there are 3 or more Digimon in play, delete all Digimon without X antibody in their traits. So if you have this on your board, if you're gonna play this card, and you're safe if you have Magnamon X on the board, because it has X antibody in its trait, right? Does Death X have X antibody? It has X program, so I don't think that counts. X antibody. So delete 1 Digimon without X antibody in its traits. So you're killing something on your opponent's board. If there's 3 or more Digimon in play, delete all Digimon without X antibody in their traits. So basically, this is a board wipe if your opponent's going wide, which is super interesting for 8 memory. Like, if you're going against Red Hybrid and they're going wide, you want to slam this down, you're going to kill their entire board because they don't have any X antibody traits on their side of the field. You'll survive if you have Magna X on the board. Otherwise, your board is dying as well. But you have the benefit of having Armor Purge. Always remember that. So Armor Purge is any type of deletion, Armor Purge, down to its previous source. So technically, it's a board wipe without any downside because you don't essentially have to lose any targets that you've already established. The only one that is going to essentially, if you're playing this on your turn, I mean, you're going to pass turn once the turn's over, but if you kill this Magna, he's just going to spit out of Emon. That's really it. I mean, this is like pseudo armor purge. What's the security effect? Add to hand. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon without X antibody. So yeah, I mean, this is an interesting card. I think 8 is a little too heavily costed for it. Yeah, I mean, this card is meant obviously for the Dex strategy in Digimon, which I believe is purple. Because it's shutting off requirements for color, but the fact that you so many white cards right now that are being played with Ukamon and Louis and Digimon Emperor's card's actually pretty decent. Shout out to Panzer for the deep cut on the tech there. I really do like this. This is nice. This is nice. This is a 1 of, this is a 3 of. I mean, there's ratio things. That's preference. All in all, congrats for getting 3rd place. On to our runner-up for our Season 2 Championship bout. We have Machine Dramon. This is going to be a while, so let me just lubricate my throat and my vocal cords. So, Machine Dramon. We talked about this list in our last video, our previous TBL Snapshot. Nothing has changed. It's the same thing. Machine Dramon is good. And now with the new updated ruling, I think, on the Leviamon triggers for destruction, I think the Chaos Dramon can dodge both of them because they happen in 2 separate instances. I believe that is official now. I think Dan was talking to us about it in chat. I think it's official now that you can get around Levia's 2 destruction windows, which is a huge boon to a deck like this because that was the reason why it wasn't being played, because the Leviamon is such a hard check to it. But now that you can dodge both destruction windows is huge. Machine Dramon's really good. I mean, fill up your trash with machines and cyborgs, play a big body, absorb all those sources, gain all the inheritables on keywords, and just kind of slowly chip away. Like I said in the previous video, if there's a way of working piercing into this deck, you're going to be off to the races because you're going to check with piercing. You're going to have multiple checks, and then you're also going to trash a security from your opponent's stack whenever you kill an opponent's Digimon in battle. So if you're security +2 and you're checking 3 off piercing, this is 4 checks here with just 1 swing. So that's something I'd look into. I think he added 1 super connection because I feel like in his previous list it was at 2. I could be wrong. Obviously, you can always double check, but I know this card's really good. You know, it's the card that cyborgs and machines needed. It's like their own what is it? Blaze memory boost for Blue Flare. So yeah, I respect Machine Dramon, man. He's the OG. He's the OG like virus Digimon. You know, shout out to all my Digimon World players and my Digimon Next Order players. Like, Machine Dramon is one of those OGs. Like, his design is cool. Like, he's awesome. I've never really played a Machine Dramon deck. I know my boy Dan has. So, shout out to them for you know, playing these decks. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with results. We don't argue with results on this channel here. So, yeah, 2nd place finish in a championship match. Shout out to you, my boy. And then the menace in the room, the 1st place finish, Leviamon. Nothing has changed. This is the same exact deck. I just forgot to level sort it. This is the same exact deck that we had in our previous video. Maybe the ratios between 7th Lightning and Biting Crush are different, but I don't think they are. I feel like this is the exact same list. This is the menace package. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to say? Like, Ruin Mode is just such a good card to pass turn because your opponent essentially can't do anything, so you're time walking them. So if you need that extra turn, you have it. Beelzemon X is purple Blitz Omni, which is great. You have your Menace package of Gabu X and Garuru X. You got your hybrid for game or your rush for game and a Guilmon, even though you're paying 1 extra member because it's 3 and not 2. You got your Raremon promo for draw power and trash power. It's solid. I mean, Leviamon is a menace. 13k Mega, 14k X, like, huge. Huge bombs to security, but their effects are great. Board control, playing out of the trash, like, it's just, the mechanics are really good. Purple's got some really good mechanics. It's really interesting, like, your play style. And it's an intriguing color. I haven't really delved too much into it. I think the only purple deck I really played is Beelzemon, and maybe, I guess, Hunters technically is a purple deck, even though it has 1,000 colors, but their main boss monster in Superior Mode is purple. So, why does this pop up? I don't care about the news. Who cares about the news? Sorry if I offended anybody who does care about the news, but the more important news is this is our champion. This is our Season 2 champion, Leviamon X. Congratulations to everybody. Thank you so much to all of the participants that joined our TBLs this season. We really do appreciate it. And, you know, Season 3 is going to be big. I'm going to be excited for Season 3. I'm going to be excited to do the snapshots for you guys. I'm going to try to participate as much as I can in the new season. And I want to try and get, like, a consistent 20 players. Like, I think we could do it. We're so close. We're so close. We're on the cusp of getting 20 players every week. So if you guys aren't doing anything on a Friday night and you want to, you know, sling some cardboard, play some Digimon, feel free to check out all the information in Discord. Don't forget to sign up earlier in the week just to make sure you have all your finalizations ready, because we go live 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 Eastern Time. Yeah, it's been a great season. I'm very happy. Shout out to the guys at DGU for inviting me into this little nucleus. I really do appreciate the confidence to make this kind of content for you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below if there's anything that you'd like to see different for Season 3, any changes or adjustments that we can make. But with that being said, we're going to get on out of here. I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you next time.